What's up, guys? I'm Chad Barnes, and welcome to the channel. Here, it's all about real car talk, from simple fixes to smart driving tips and keeping your ride in top shape. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and make sure you watch all the way through. There's a lot of good stuff coming. Let's get
to traffic rules. A cycle lane and a lane for cyclists are two separate concepts. The key difference is whether the lane is combined with the carriageway. A bicycle lane is a road element, or separate road, structurally separated from the carriageway and sidewalk, intended for the movement of cyclists and marked with the sign 4.4. 1. In addition to it, there is a bicycle pedestrian path, also structurally separated from the roadway. A bicycle lane is a carriageway lane for bicycles and mopeds, separated from the rest of the carriageway by horizontal markings and marked with sign 5.14. 2. In fact, there are plenty of signs designating bicycle lanes and lanes in the traffic rules. In fact, the set is very similar to the one used to designate public transportation lanes. Signs 4.4, 1 and 4.4. 2 indicate the beginning and end of a bicycle lane, and the set of signs 4.5. 2, 4.5. 3, 4.5. 4, 4.5. 5, 4.5. 5, 4.5. 6, and 4.5. 7 indicate bicycle pedestrian lanes with combined or separated pedestrian and bicycle traffic. However, it is almost impossible to drive inattentively on a bicycle lane that is structurally separated from the main roadway, so it is more important for conscious motorists to use signs that designate a bicycle lane separated from the rest of the roadway only by markings. These are signs 5.11, 2, 5.12, 2, 5.13, 3, 5.13, 4, 5.14, 2, and 5.14. 3. In addition, all of these bike lanes and lanes are usually marked out not only by signs, but also by horizontal markings 1.23. 3. Also, when driving and maneuvering by car, it is worth remembering that cyclists are also allowed to move on the public transportation lanes on the right-hand side of the road. No, motorists are not allowed to drive on cycle lanes. Clause 9.9 of the traffic rules prohibits the movement of motorized vehicles, except mopeds, in bicycle lanes and the movement of motorized vehicles on bicycle and bicycle pedestrian lanes, as well as the movement of motor vehicles on bicycle and bicycle pedestrian paths. Moreover, the bicycle lane is not directly mentioned even in the part of paragraph 9.9 of the traffic rules, which allows access by the shortest route of vehicles bringing goods to commercial and other enterprises and facilities located directly at the curbs, sidewalks or pedestrian paths, in the absence of other possibilities of access. However, the movement of vehicles of road maintenance and utility services on the cycleway is possible. At the same time, it is prohibited not only to move on the bicycle lane, but also to stop. Clause 12.4 of the traffic rules prohibits stopping in places where the vehicle and AMP, LT, and AMP, GT, will make it impossible for other vehicles to move, enter or exit, including on bicycle or bicycle pedestrian paths, as well as closer than 5 m from the intersection of a bicycle or bicycle pedestrian path with the roadway, as well as in the lane for cyclists. Thus, the exit, movement, stopping and parking of vehicles on cycle paths and cycle lanes is always prohibited. For those drivers who leave and move on the cycle lane, there is a penalty under Part 2 of Article 12.15 of the CAO. It states that movement on bicycle or pedestrian paths or sidewalks in violation of the rules of the road entails an administrative fine of 2,000 rubles. Curiously, the wording does not include movement in the lane for cyclists. However, the code refers to the rules of the road and, in particular, the same paragraph 9.9, which prohibits driving both on the lanes and the lanes for cyclists, so that you cannot avoid punishment. But the penalty for stopping and parking on a bicycle lane in a separate paragraph of the CAO is not made in a separate paragraph of the CAO. Such a violation is interpreted under Part 1 of Article 12.19 as violation of the rules of stopping or parking of vehicles and carries a warning or an administrative fine of 500 rubles. In conclusion, understanding the rules surrounding bicycle lanes is essential for both cyclists and motorists. While bicycle lanes are designed to enhance safety and promote cycling, it's crucial to respect their intended use. Riding in these lanes is generally reserved for cyclists, and violations can lead to penalties that vary by location. By adhering to these regulations, we can create a safer and more harmonious environment for everyone on the road. Remember, knowledge is key to responsible riding and sharing the road effectively. Thank you for watching, and stay safe out there.